everyone, welcome to Beyond Beauty.
Hi guys.
Hey
हम
guys.
सब यहीं पे है काउंटडाउन के पीछे. Don't worry, we are just waiting for all of you to join in so you don't miss anything.
Yes, हमारी शक्लें आपको जल्दी दिखने वाली हैं तो इट्स नॉट एन इश्यू एंड प्लीज बेयर विथ मी गाइस. आज मैं बहुत बीमार हूँ तो मर्दाना आवाज किसका है करके सोचना नहीं, वो मेरा ही है.
And I think I'm really excited about today's topic.
Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to Beyond Beauty. And in today's show, we are going to talk about everything you need to know about acne. And आज के show में we have two great experts who are here to answer all your questions. A dermatologist and a skincare influencer. And of course, हर show की तरह we've got you covered. हम आपको prizes and gifts जीतने की opportunity भी देंगे. So without further ado, let's start talking about today's topic.
सो आई थिंक सो एज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एक्ने, मुझे तो लगता है ये हर कोई रिलेट करता ही होगा फॉर श्योर. मैं तो बहुत ज़्यादा रिलेट करती हूँ क्योंकि आई हैव दिस रिकरिंग एक्ने ऑन सर्टन स्पॉट्स ऑफ माई फेस एंड वो कभी ख़त्म ही नहीं होता यार. कभी तो मैं सोचता बस हो गया, अब हो गया, अब हो गया, वो कभी ख़त्म ही नहीं होता है, विच इज़ लाइक रियली सैड.
Yeah. So same like Shivani, when I first started getting acne, I thought it's just like a one-time thing. It's चोट कैसे लगती है, और then you treat it and then it's gone. It's
So
never.
did you get it in your teen years?
No. So I started getting acne in my early 20s only, not teenager के time. So हाँ मतलब I was not very much aware कि वो recurring होता है.
Yeah.
Now I have to take care of it हमेशा.
Correct.
I think same. I had a lot of acne when I was a teenager, and it like kept on coming. And I used to always pop it, which I think was the biggest mistake.
God.
I used to pop my acne and pimples, and it got to a point where it got so bad that I had acne and pimples all over my face, and then I had to like see a doormat.
So guys, you all also please share your experience with us in the comments, and tab tak I'll just, so my acne experience has been hormonal, like purely hormonal acne. Like मैंने notice किया है that just before my periods, it's like my body's alarm clock.
Yeah,
And
same,
it just
same.
sends, my body sends me with like 2-3 acne and be like, girl, your period's
Yeah.
coming. जब
Even-
acne दिख जाए, stock up on your pads.
इवन आई फील दैट, मतलब ऐसा रैंडमली आएगा एंड आई वाज लाइक ओके अभी पीरियड आने वाला है.
I think all over the year it's acne, but during the summer it's periods and it's mangoes for
Heat
me.
acne.
Yeah.
Heat acne is a whole other thing.
मतलब मैंगो इज लाइक योर टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप, यू नो.
I just
खा भी
I just
नहीं
love
सकते,
mango.
छोड़ भी नहीं
Yeah.
सकते.
So yeah, people are also saying in the comments acne की वजह से open pores भी हो जाते हैं. So yeah, definitely there are a lot of issues that come up with acne. So guys, आप अपने सारे acne questions अभी comments में डाल दो, because very soon we are going to have our expert also join in. So what is sort of like your biggest like problem of acne? Like there's a lot of things it brings, like pain, marks, just the visual. So what
I think for
bothers
me
you the
it's just
most?
the visuals. Like I just don't. I mean, I don't want to say it, but I think over the years I've also like sort of accepted it and like been like, okay, it's cool. Like it's just acne. It's
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah,
But-
actually even I think it gives lot of, you know, self
Self-doubt,
issues कि
yeah.
मतलब यार मैं अच्छी नहीं दिख रही because I have acne और बार बार आती है. then I used to like go like in like literal depression कि यार क्या है ये.
Happens.
Yeah, same like Shivani. Like earlier, it used to affect my self confidence, but later when I got to know, like when you really understand your body, like your body has phases, you get bloating and all, and then someday you're looking like zero figure. वैसे अपने face का भी होता है.
हाँ.
So I think once you understand that, then you're very comfortable in your own body.
Definitely. So clearly, guys, we all have our issues and problems with acne, and we have our questions ready for our first expert of the day. So Shitija, why don't you introduce our
Yes.
expert?
So guys, our first guest is a skin and hair expert. She is a dermatologist, cosmetologist, and a trichologist. She has solution to almost all your problems, and she keeps posting it on her Instagram. So if you have any doubts regarding skincare, please drop it down in the comment section, because we have Dr. Sravya joining us all the way from US. Let's have her on the screen.
आज we've got Videsi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Savya.
Hi guys,
Hi.
thank you so much for having me.
So just before we just did a test with Dr. Savya, guys, and she is joining us from Texas. right? Where it's
Yes,
2:30 a.m. right now. So
Oh my
first of all,
god.
thank you so much for joining us at this time.
no problem at all. Lovely to see you for beautiful women talking about a very, very asked topic these days.
Yes, definitely. So, starting off, would you like to share a little bit more with us about your journey as a dermat and sort of your inspiration towards it?
Yes, definitely. So I think for any dermatologist, is my audio okay, guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay. So for any dermatologist, I think anybody you ask, they'll say 70% of the complaints are of just pimples. Now it might, as much as it might seem a simple thing, it's really not. It's way more complicated than that, and it does affect people more than we think. I think
Yeah.
that's what I want to stress upon today because there are a lot of dermatologists themselves who say, oh, it's going to pass, and all of that. But I have had a lot of teenagers affected with a lot of self confidence issues who actually, come up and tell us about how much it's causing issues in their daily lives, in their school or college lives. People who are in marketing, in HR, air hostesses, just different professions or just individual choices. So I think a lot of importance has to be given to how it affects that particular person. I think it's a very personal journey. With acne, it might not affect some, it might affect some. So I will be happy to answer any questions that come my way and sort of bust some myths about acne that make things worse.
Yeah. So, speaking of getting help for acne and like getting the proper guidance, what would you say, when is the right time someone should seek out this medical guidance for acne? Because how do we know if it's just a normal breakout or something we need to seriously look into?
As soon as possible. The lesser the extent, the easier to treat, and the lesser medications and procedures that are necessary, right? It seems pretty logical. There are four grades of acne. So if you come to me in grade two instead of grade four, obviously I'll have to do lesser things to make you better much sooner. So as soon as possible would be the ideal time.
And could you tell us a little bit more about these grades of acne? What are they exactly?
So the grades of acne are divided as the name sounds. Grade 1 is the mildest and grade 4 being the most severe. Now in medical, yet I'll try to simplify it. Grade 1 consists of whiteheads and blackheads that we see or deal with all the time.
Yeah.
That is grade 1 acne. Most people think it's a whole different category. It's really not. That's the start of the clogging of your pores. Grade 2 is the reddish pimples that you see
Yeah.
without the pus mostly, which are called papules. Number 3 is pustules, where they're painful, they're pussy, they're white, they can be grade 1, 2, 3, all present in different stages on the same face. That's the specialty of acne as well. It's not like you have all grades in one
Mhm.
timeline. Grade 4 is the large, very painful, big balls under the skin, kind of nodules almost. So it's called nodulocystic acne, as the name suggests. So that almost always grade 3 and grade 4 requires oral medication or some other procedures depending on the severity and extent and how much of distress it's causing that particular patient.
So, to start off, what tips would you give someone who's maybe experiencing acne for the first time in their lives, whether it's a teenager or they're in their early 20s, like we were talking about it some time back? We all experienced it at different times.
Yes. I think I'm a weird dermatologist when it comes to that, or at least my patients think I'm weird because I don't give them 100 things to follow all at once. Sometimes a lot of importance has to be given to your skin routine at home. I start off with something as basic as that. It could be a wrong moisturizer for all you care.
Yeah.
It could be a wrong face wash. It could be you experimenting way too much with too many things online these days.
Yeah.
I think 80% of the patients that I've seen during and after COVID have belonged to these categories. There's
Yes.
just so much information out there, and I don't blame them. It's too tempting even for me as a human being, right? But it could be a person thinking a ceramide moisturizer is good for everybody, while it's absolutely not for a grade 4 or grade 3 acne person. It's just going to clog more. They need a salicylic acid or something declogging. But marketing these days suggests that, oh, vitamin C is for everyone. Your life is incomplete without it. It's really not. I've seen 100 people, including me, myself, break out with vitamin C. It's not for everyone. Um, Thick barrier repair creams and everything that has been marketed as also essential in your skin routine is not for an acne prone teenager. It's just going to make things so much worse. So, when I actually spend time talking about, tell me what you're doing at home, they start realizing that, oh shit, when I started using this product, it's probably when my breakouts actually started. Like most people don't know that some sunscreens cause breakouts.
Oh,
It's very common. Like you won't even think that sunscreens cause it because of the amount of hype around it and how we are made to feel that life is incomplete without a sunscreen.
yeah.
It's not a catastrophe if you don't apply sunscreen. We are brown skinned, we're Indian. We have enough melanin to protect us. Do I give the same advice to a white person who's prone to skin cancer? No. It's completely different, but you'll have to understand your skin type, your skin tone, what you're prone to, what you're not prone to. So these are some tips and tricks. I think you start with the basics. Skin minimalism, skin cycling, skin vacations, all of those are terms that dermatologists have been suggesting and practicing way before. These are just like trendy terms that are used by everybody now, but this is what we kept saying. Start with the basics. You never need too many products. Don't need a 10-step routine. Come on, it's not practical,
Yeah.
right? So give your time, give your skin time to breathe. Give it a break. Don't do too much. That's like the biggest tip I can give anyone.
That's so refreshing to hear because, as you said, we are sort of surrounded by everything online and stuff where it's like, oh, use this,
Yes.
but no one's telling you really the
Yeah.
meaning behind all of this. So, if you could share with us some absolute no nos for acne prone skin in terms of ingredients or products.
Yeah, like I mentioned, please do not use greasy oil-based products when your skin is already secreting more oil. Oily stuff and moisturizers are not the same thing. They can be very hydrating gel based, non acne causing, non comedogenic moisturizers coupled with salicylic acid or glycolic acid or mandelic face washes, which are popularly now known as AHA and BHA face washes. And these kind of things which declog yet don't damage the barrier are the products given to acne prone skin, not a ceramide or humectant, which is like, oh my God, let's hydrate more and more and more. No, that's in probably very, very dry, eczematous skin or in a very cold country that I would do that. Not in a tropical country like India, right? It's very, very humid already anyway. Other things that acne prone patients should generally use and maintain, which is often ignored, is the cleansing regimen, frequency, and hygiene of your face and your scalp. People should not ignore the scalp. The scalp leads to 100 problems on the face and the shoulders and the back. So, inevitably, you have to treat everything together. Keep your scalp, it's skin too, right? We take a shower every day. When you wash your skin, your scalp also needs to be clean. You can't wash your hair and scalp once in a week and say, oh, I'm not damaging my hair. So that's why I'm washing only once a week. No, you'll see a lot of things coming up, right? So your scalp is also skin, needs to be cleansed because all of that seeps onto your forehead through your skin creases and ultimately increases oil on your face as well. Things that I don't really have to tell, but everybody knows, is that dermatologists are not magicians. If you, I can give you the best regimen and the best medication and use the best machines on you. But if you don't understand that there is a strong correlation between your diet, stress, exercise, and your hormones, then nobody can help. So it's a culmination of everything going on in the body. The skin is not a separate organ. It reflects everything else going on in the body. All the brides, for example, that we have spent a year clearing up and making them beautiful for their D-Day will break out the week before the wedding. 95%, I'm telling. Stress or makeup trials or, 100 things. And I tell them all of this in advance because I'm like, don't worry about it and don't, wonder what you're doing wrong. It's normal. All of us are human at the end of the day. We try our best. We can do our best. Don't, stress so much about one pimple is going to cause you two more. So,
That's, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense because whenever you do get a little flare up, you worry about it and make it a big flare up.
So, talking about
yes.
acne, I have faced a lot of issues with acne in certain portions of my face. Like, I only get acne over, like, at my forehead or this side of the cheek, and I always get only in those parts. So, can you tell us what is the reason for that?
Only on one side or both sides?
Only on the one side of the cheek.
Or only in the
Yeah, so the
Forehead.
very simple reasons. Yeah. So the first thing you have to see is your habitual routine. The side that is more dominant in your lifestyle, which is the side that you sleep on, the side that you sit on like this, or the side that you hold the phone on mostly, is always the side that is affected more. There is absolutely no other reason that acne is more unilaterally distributed. Bilateral distribution is normal. Forehead and cheeks, of course, the reasons I already said. Forehead, you have to look at the scalp health and the scalp oil secretions and the gels and the products that are used for your hairstyling always seep down onto the forehead. So that has to be watched. Like males, for example, who use a lot of gel, you know, on top, the greasy gels, they have a lot of acne on the hairline, on the forehead. And cheeks, of course, are a known area because we have all this tiny baby hair on the cheeks. Our face has a lot of hair. So wherever there is hair is where you get pimples. Why don't you get pimples on your palms and soles? Because we don't have hair there. Only a hair follicle will lead to the oil gland, which ultimately leads to a pimple. So you have to remember that as well.
So I just like randomly got this thought because you mentioned about hair on the face. So we've had so much of debate going on about shaving, like face shaving, and does it cause acne and what happens and all of that. So, in your opinion, face shaving or dermaplaning, is it good for skin or would you recommend it?
Um, Dermaplaning is nothing but a fancy term used for shaving these days with a
Yeah.
small thin blade. I don't recommend it because nobody's talking about the 3 days later effect somehow. It's gonna grow back. I
Yeah.
don't know why there's so much of hype about. Yes, it feels good for about 2 to 4 days because your dead skin and your peach fuzz is coming off at a very, very high level as opposed to a razor. There's nothing wrong if you do it, but I have treated a lot of cases who have broken out after that because of different directions of shaving and the multiple strokes sterile, fingertips used and bacteria is introduced and 100 other problems. Nobody's showing that in the before and the afters for some reason.
So, we should basically do it, if we have to do it more carefully and more sanitary and all of that.
See, the newest solution and the most permanent solution for hair removal is obviously laser hair reduction. It does wonders. It goes away. Dermaplaning is fancy shaving of the face, and you can do that even with an exfoliator or a chemical or a physical exfoliator.
Right.
But it depends. If you have acne prone skin, nobody can even dermaplane it. It needs to be absolutely smooth. So how many of us can actually say that I have 100% smooth skin where a blade can glide over it without causing any eruptions or irritation? It's very difficult actually.
Yeah, definitely. So I think for beginners and stuff too, we would definitely not recommend it, or
Yeah.
acne prone skin.
No, you can't even do it on acne prone skin. Like it'll cut through your acne and cause
Yeah,
a lot of bleeding.
sounds scary.
Yeah.
So
Horrific.
shaving and all also reminds me that even guys do all these things, and there's this meme going on the internet that men tend to have better skin than women.
Without
So
doing anything.
without
Yeah.
doing anything, like they literally say we just use one soap everywhere. And here we are doing like 10 to 12 steps of skincare routine. So is this a myth or there's a reason behind this?
It's absolutely true. Like my husband can use anything. He can even use shampoo on the face and he'll be fine.
Yeah,
You
it's so
know.
frustrating.
Um,
Yeah.
but there's a reason. Women have a lot more different hormones that affect our oil glands going on in our body. Every menstrual cycle, there's ups, there's downs. Every stressful cycle, there's ups and downs. Every pregnancy, there's ups and downs. So the women's body is completely different, and the oil glands in a woman's body are completely more sensitive to the imbalances in the hormones. Let's call them that, right? So in men, they're not absolutely free of acne. I treat a lot of men with acne,
Yeah.
and some of them have very severe acne. But if you look at the statistics of it, yes, women have more for the reasons above.
Mhm. So men's skin is just can handle it basically.
I don't know. I also think that most men don't care as much as women
That's a
because it's not made to be such a taboo, or they're not made to feel that self-conscious
yeah.
in society as much as women are. I
I
think that also plays a major role in how many people approach you as far as the male gender goes. Right now, I think I have, it used to be like 80-20 10 years back, percentage wise. Now it's like almost 60%, 40%. I don't see that many men not approaching for their grooming or their acne issues or hair issues.
yeah,
So I think it's a good thing that they're evolving to be more conscious and more groomed themselves as well.
definitely. So before we sign off, we'll just take a few questions from the audience.
Of course.
So there's a question in here about DIYs. So we've heard of all sorts of DIYs for acne, and there's two points that someone's asking about. So does ice help with acne, and also is honey good for acne?
Yes, both are okay. I don't expect them to solve it 100%, but the way ice works is just the cold temperature always decreases inflammation.
Right.
So you have this red angry pimple. Instead of touching and picking on it, if you ice your face, the vessels sort of become smaller. That's called vasoconstriction in medicine, and it decreases the redness and hopefully the size of the pimple eventually. Might not make it disappear immediately, obviously, but it makes the patient feel a lot better and decreases it eventually. Honey does have some anti-inflammatory and cooling properties. That's why I think a very popular DIY is based on honey and turmeric, if I'm
Yeah,
not wrong. I
definitely.
won't advise too much. I won't advise too much turmeric because it makes your skin very photosensitive and makes you get tanned a lot more generally. But yeah, honey has a soothing effect, and it also is known to help reduce dark spots a little bit.
Mm. I actually didn't know about turmeric that it makes your skin photosensitive. Like because generally we all hear that use turmeric and your tan will go away. So
Yeah.
I guess that's what we've heard more.
Not really. Turmeric was used in ancient days as an antiseptic, right? You also apply it on wounds, correct?
Yes.
It contains something called curcumin,
Mm-hmm.
which has a healing effect, which has an antiseptic effect, which is why haldi when consumed inside our body is also good but in small quantities. Otherwise, it causes a lot of heat inside. And also on the face, it makes your face, I mean, skin more photosensitive. So the sun will affect it, 5 times more than it would. So in small moderation, it's fine, but not too much at all.
So Naresh is asking, his daughter is 17 plus and she is facing a lot of acne issues. They went to a doctor, but they did not find any results.
First of all, don't expect 100% results in teenage. So from the age of 13 to 19, it's always my disclaimer. I'm like, we are not aiming at 100%
Yeah.
because your hormones are going up and down. You're a teenager, you're in puberty. It'll settle by the time she's 21, 22. The goal, though, during teenage is to not have scarring that is permanent, that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. They're going to come and go. Yes, we'll do our best to reduce it to a large extent, but the scarring should not be there. You should not touch it, you should not pick on it. And if you have a genetic tendency to scar, which most people do, then you need to start, aggressive treatment so that the pimple doesn't come in the first place. Now, as far as Naresh's concern goes, it's a long story though. What grade of acne, like we spoke about? What is the skin routine? Has that been looked into? What is the kind of diet and exercise that the daughter has? How many times is she washing her face and her scalp every day and in the week? Plus, what medication has been given, and it can always be upgraded. So maybe a second or a third opinion can always help. There's always solutions.
So I guess there's a lot of factors,
Yeah.
Naresh, that you can look into for this.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's one more question from one of the viewers. She is asking, after the acne, that part gets very pigmented and dark. So, do we have any solution for that?
And scarring as well, I guess. Once the scars are left behind, is there any way to really get rid of it completely?
Oh, so many solutions. These days, you can have crystal clear skin no matter what level of, spots and scarring you have. It's just a question of which grade of damage has been done and what machines have you used or what products have you used. So let's answer the first question. I'm glad you guys all differentiated spots and scarring because most people I've observed they still call the red spots and the brown spots scarring. It's actually not. The
Yeah.
scarring are the pits, like the structural defect that is left behind in the skin, like somebody left a pit, like chickenpox scars, for example, right? It's an actual
Infection.
depression. It's not a color change, yeah. And some pimples leave a red spot or a brown spot. In Indians, we see both. So for pigmentation, which doesn't have an actual depth to it, that is easily treated. So that has lightening agents or depigmenting agents is what we use. So what are the most popular ones we've used or heard of online? We've used vitamin C, we've used niacinamide, kojic acid, arbutin, licorice, extracts, glycolic acid, mandelic acid. There's so many extracts that cause lightening of the skin and fading out of the spots. It does require patience, and if you're on a timeline or if the home remedies or topical creams to be used at home are not working, then go to the dermatologist office and just get, like, I do so many in clinic procedures which make everything 10 times faster. So it depends on what the patient wants, and then I give options. There are light treatments, there are fruit acid applications, there are masks. There are so many things to make your skin come back to your normal original color or make it brighter. So that's one option for the spots and the pigmentation. The second thing is the scars. Now, these are the stubborn ones because it's not as easy as, oh, you put a cream, it fades out.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a depression, right? So it's an actual structural defect. Like, this is the skin, and there's like a pit inside it. So either we have to push it up from the bottom or we have to pull it up from the top. It's simple physics, right?
It's like
So
a
you have to
car
use
thing. It
machines for that.
reminds me of that.
Exactly. So I explain this, and I spend time explaining it because I can't do it with creams. I just can't. It's impossible to do it with creams. Um, you need procedures for scarring, for actual structural changes. Some people have like, a pox appearance all over their skin on this side. Like everything's, we even call them ice pick scars. Like it looks like somebody took a toothpick and sort of put pits all over, right? So that's the scarring that the pimples leave. There are micro needling radio frequency machines. The newest one is called Morpheus. It works like magic. I think everybody should look it up. It's the newest Hollywood celebrity craze. Um, they work with different things. There are fruit acid peels for mild scars. There are minimally invasive or procedures. But these days, always remember the newer the machine, the less invasive it is and the less painful it is. And the scars are gone in just like 4 to 5 sessions. And you'll see a difference almost in 5 to 6 days itself. So yeah, technology is advanced to make people's lives better. So it's always good to explore it.
That is such an optimistic note to sort of end our session on. And like I'm sure everyone watching up सबको ही ऐसे hopes मिल गए होंगे that your skin can be 100% clear. It is possible. So before we sign off, Dr. Savya, would you like to share any story of miraculous recovery that you have personally seen?
I have a miraculous recovery. Okay, I'll tell you guys a story that you should definitely not do at home. So there was this bride whose face we cleared up for like, yeah, we spent about 6 to 8 months. First of all, always go to your dermatologist well in advance. Please don't come 20 days before the wedding and say, make me, look like magic. I can't. I never lie to my patients. I need 4 to 6 months. Anybody does. So everything's well and all of that. And for some reason, she got one pimple, like I spoke to you guys about, right? The 1 week before the wedding.
Yeah.
I think this was like 6 days before the wedding.
Oh.
And madam goes on YouTube and sees somebody put garlic paste on the pimple. And so she goes 2 steps ahead because she wants to be smarter. And she cuts a garlic clove and tapes it with a band-aid on that pimple.
Oh no.
Okay, now normally you can't expect like we talk, our cheek moves. If you
Yeah.
sleep, it's obviously gonna move. So she, I don't know what she typed. She put a small piece of garlic, like it's right here. Her pimple
Yeah.
was like right here, and she stuck it to the band-aid or a tape and slept. And the next day morning, she wakes up with an ulcer this huge. Like, I think it was like 3 centimeters in diameter, and she comes running and
Yeah.
crying. And I'm like, what do I can't do anything to make skin regrow in 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, I actually medically cannot. And garlic is a very strong acid secreting substance, and you put an entire quarter of a clove and taped it. Always remember when you tape something, it works 10 times more.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is
So
like,
it created like almost like a first-degree burn,
oh no.
right? So all I could do, what do you do? She's crying. So what do you do? So there are new gels called epidermal growth factor gels, which we use for ulcer patients, diabetic ulcers, burn cases, and things like that. So what I had to do was first of all take care of the possible infection, antibiotics, all of that, but also give that gel just so that in 5 days I have to grow enough skin so that the makeup artist can at least cover it.
Oh,
That was the goal. I can't make it go back to like 100% in 5 days, but I said I'll make it grow back enough for the makeup artist to cover it. So that's what we did. So things like this can't do toothpaste, garlic, neem leaves, haldi balls, direct citric acid. You can't do all this.
yeah.
So yeah, I've seen enough stories of all of this.
This was like a major skincare
Yeah.
horror story,
Yeah.
basically. So this is something we are going to keep in mind whenever we want to use natural ingredients. Thank you so much for sharing this story with us and being so transparent. This session was really helpful.
I hope so too. Thank you. Somebody needs to tell the truth.
Yes,
So I'm a very
definitely.
practical, truthful dermatologist.
So we hope to see you again on another live show and talk about more horror stories.
Definitely, I think you should just do one DIY horrors, and
Yeah.
that'll. I'm sure a lot of people already do it and will definitely resonate with that as well.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great idea. We'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us today again from so far at this hour.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for hosting me. You guys were lovely. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Oh God.
What?
I'm
Now
still
I'm
like,
scarred
Yeah,
for
yeah.
life.
I was scared for
I'm
her.
not
Like, I
getting
can't
garlic
imagine.
anywhere near my face
I'm
now.
still
I
recovering,
mean,
guys.
see, I mean, I don't understand actually without any medical claim, how are you using stuff on your face? Matlab, I understand DIYs that we are doing from like long years
Mhm.
that hasn't given any bad reaction.
Yeah.
But randomly, please, यार, YouTube में देख के मत try करो ऐसी
But I
चीज़
think
होती
even
है.
like thinking about it, garlic just sounds wrong for your skin and face. Like I don't think I would ever put garlic on my face.
I even feel that with the lemon thingy.
Lemon,
There-
तो you can't. You
Lemon
shouldn't use
is
lemon.
Yes,
also-
and I've seen lot of people using lemon for like नहीं tanning हटेगा भाई साहब skin ही हट जाएगा तुम्हारा मत करो.
I think this is the perfect time
Yeah.
to do some quiz and
Yes.
get a few. Let's test your knowledge, guys, now.
Yes, so we are gonna have as usual a true or false question for you. So आपको true या false बताना है. आपको एक sentence दिखाया जाएगा और आपको सिर्फ ये बताना है. Can
Two
we have?
sentences.
I mean first sentence फिर दूसरा sentence. So can we have the first sentence? Only teenagers get acne.
I think we've
What
talked
acne
enough
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
this.
Guys, get
So-
ready to answer in the comments.
Yes, you have only 30 seconds to answer. ये हम हर बार बोलते हैं but 30 seconds से हमेशा ज़्यादा ही देते हैं तुमको.
हम
You
बहुत
have
generous
to
हैं.
you have to
कुछ ज़्यादा
comment
है.
true or false or
Yes, comment
Yes.
true or false, guys, and just tell us, do only teenagers get acne?
And I think so अभी तो आंसर पता होना चाहिए.
अभी तो बस स्पीड का
Speed
game
test है
guys.
तुम्हारा.
So yeah, we're getting a lot of
I'm
answers
seeing a
coming
lot
in.
of right answers. Guys, you have to comment true or false. I'm seeing everyone saying
Emojis.
random. Yeah.
आपके भावना पोच लिया.
He suddenly turned into a Marathi show. I don't know why.
I think our 30 seconds are up.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. We've given our
So
30
the
plus.
answer is false. Obviously जैसे अभी बताया गया था कि acne is like हमेशा होता ही रहता है. Depends on your hormones, your
Yes.
lifestyle, your diet and stuff. It not only teenagers get acne, but I had that doubt too कि teenagers को मतलब जब
Yeah.
25 years के 24 years की होगी थी मैं. This
अपने
thing-
उम्र छुपा रही.
यार I am 25 now. Anyways,
Yeah.
off topic. तो हाँ I thought like कि मतलब अभी क्यों आ रहा है, अभी तो मैं यार टीनेज
नहीं आना
खत्म हो
चाहिए.
गया. But anyways, now we'll have the next sentence.
Yes.
You can get acne by touching your face.
Yet again, one discussion has been done.
Yes. Detailed study किया गया है आज. तो आज तो मतलब गलत आंसर की
हमने-
गुंजाइश ही नहीं है.
Yes, हम आज आपकी स्पीड टेस्ट कर रहे हैं गाइस. कौन सबसे ज्यादा फास्ट कर सकता है?
मतलब इतना आसान सवाल कौन देता है सोचा.
This I think थोड़ा confusing भी है पर ये.
बट ध्यान दिया रहेगा एक्सपर्ट
हाँ,
के
expert को ध्यान
guidance
दिया
पे
रहेगा, तो it's obviously like
आना
right,
चाहिए
but-
फिर.
How is it confusing? That's why I was.
You
want
can
to
get
know the
acne
other
by touching your
perspective.
face. I honestly don't want to share my
Believable
perspective
नहीं लग
because
रहा
I feel मैं कुछ पता तो नहीं है, which I'm not supposed
Which
to
is
share.
really possible. Don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
So I'm just not gonna say anything.
So your 30 seconds
Yes.
up, and the answer is true.
You
So-
absolutely can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because obviously तुम्हारा हाथ is not 24/7 साफ, तो तुम हाथ से यार
Yeah, I
चाहिए
think
चाहिए
even I
करोगे तो
have
आएगा
to
ही.
चाहिए चाहिए.
Wow.
Anyways.
कुछ interesting terminology use की है.
Yes.
चाहिए चाहिए.
इससे तुम
Nice.
लोगों को पता चल जाना चाहिए. I am a big huge Bollywood Tollywood freak. मेरी सारी बातें.
Definitely.
And my favorite term is kidney में heart attack.
Yes.
These people have heard it like 10 times a day.
This is Shivani's trademark, guys.
Yeah.
अगर आपको अगर आप भी एक बॉलीवुड फैन हो, टॉलीवुड फैन हो, हमें कमेंट्स में बताना and tell us your favorite dialogue also.
Yes, she'll try to recreate the dialogue.
Yes, should I tell you my favorite dialogue? It has to be from Welcome. I'm the biggest Welcome fan,
Obviously, she is
guys.
like welcome fanatic. मतलब इसके घर पे मजनू भाई का पेंटिंग है. I think so.
Painting, T-shirt, and a cardboard cutout of
Are you
Uday
kidding me?
I'm
Yes.
100% not kidding.
You really have it?
Yes.
She has it. I mean, but जो भी jokes, insider jokes होते हैं mostly इसका जवाब welcome के dialogues के through.
That-
But still, I want to know your favorite dialogue.
कहाँ बैठा हूँ किससे बात कर रहा हूँ?
I think you used it.
This
was the
is
last line.
And this is applicable to Tatsavi though many times.
बहुत सही सिचुएशन में वो अपनी दिल की भावना बता रही है,
I
हम
know.
समझ नहीं रहे बस.
तो हम भावनाओं में ज़्यादा बह रहे हैं. So now we have our winners on
Yes.
screen.
We have not forgotten about you guys.
Congratulations.
Sania and Falguni.
Faguni.
Sorry.
फगुनी महेश्वरी.
It's okay. Now all you have to do is send your information on the above mail, send in your contact details, address and phone number, and we'll send the curated gift hamper to you.
Email ध्यान से देख लेना guys. And
कुछ अगर आपने ध्यान दिया और अगर कुछ चेंज हुआ है ऊपर मेल में तो थोड़ा ध्यान से मेल करना.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
So yes, email all of your info. हम आपको आपके curated gift hampers भेज देंगे. And we are also going to have now our next influencer expert joining in some time. So उसके पहले हम आपको कुछ समय दे सकते हैं to put in all of your questions
True.
in the comments. And till we are doing that, giving them the time, we never got to hear both of your Bollywood dialogues or
Yes.
movie faves. So why don't you all share with us?
I don't think I have any fave. I just say random things.
तत्सवी को boycott करो. I'm telling you.
ये क्या है? इसमें क्या
Your
favorite
favorite
नहीं है?
movie?
My favorite movie is a Disney movie.
Okay, what is it? You can
Bollywood.
share with
Moana.
us.
Wow.
Is
Guys,
it? Do you like it? Have you watched it?
It's named after me only.
Oh, it's not Moana. It's Moana.
It's okay. एक headshot आया है. It's not a big deal. What about you?
I like Three Idiots.
Oh,
उसका
very good
डायलॉग आई थिंक वो है ना, सक्सेस के पीछे मत भागो.
हाँ 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 हाँ.
नहीं,
नहीं नहीं.
कुछ तो है.
कामयाबी झक मार के पीछे आएगी. That I
हाँ हाँ, something like that. But I
Yeah.
think that's very impactful.
It's
काफी अच्छी एक्टिंग की है सबने.
What's your
But-
favorite movies? मैंने बता दी Moana. तुम भी बता दो.
Well,
Not
yeah.
Moana.
Welcome.
Moana.
Bollywood is
मेरा तो
welcome.
अब यो पता ही चल गया होगा. हेरा फेरी. I love all the parts of हेरा फेरी. I love all the funny movies. I love भागम भाग. I love गोलमाल.
What about South?
Classics.
Favorite South Indian movie?
अल्लू अर्जुन. Please मेरे को cast कर लो यार.
Movie, not actor.
I mean, I love all his movies. Latest I watched Pushpa and I'm
Yeah.
like
Can you do that dialogue while?
तग्गे दिले.
हाँ? नहीं, हिंदी में.
अकेले.
तग्गे
What does it
दिले.
mean?
ये ना,
झुकेगा नहीं
पुष्पा
साला.
झुकता नहीं.
It's the same thing.
Whoa.
आज हम बहुत फिल्मी मूड में चलेंगे.
हाँ.
हाँ जी.
So I think now we can call in our second expert. हमारे time pass.
So guys, वक्त आ गया है हमारे सेकंड एक्सपर्ट को बुलाने का. She is a skin influencer or as we say skinfluencer. She treats her skincare as a therapy. She would love to talk about skincare or skincare problems, hormonal acne. So if you have any questions regarding this, please drop it in the comment section because we are having Shaurya on the screen.
Hi
Hi
Shaurya.
Shaurya.
Hi guys, can you hear me, see me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we can.
So
Okay,
welcome to
hi.
the show.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you for calling me an expert. I feel very important.
So, Shaurya, we would like to know what got you into making skincare content.
Skincare content. Okay, so I think I used to use a lot of skincare products. Okay, and most of them were from international brands like Ordinary, Paula's Choice. These weren't
Yeah.
available in India 2 years ago, let's say. And I remember I used to pay like a hell lot of import duties to get them from US, UK, whatever. And then I saw this gap that not a lot of Indian skincare content creators and influencers were talking about Western skincare or Korean skincare. And some of these products really worked for me, some of them did not. So I just wanted to kind of share my experience. If my experience could help someone with acne figure out what ingredients, what products would work for them also.
Yeah.
If I could give them any sort of knowledge, if I could help them out in any way, I think that would be a win for me. So that is why I got on Instagram and I started creating content.
And can you share your acne journey with us? All of us have had this little
Yeah.
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah, oh my God. Okay, so I used to have medium to severe acne back in middle school and in high school. Right, so I used to get annoyingly painful breakouts on my skin, mainly concentrated on my cheeks and my chin.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I used to, like a lot of us, I used to get unsolicited advice from my relatives, telling me to do all sorts of home remedies to fix my acne and like get rid of the excess oil on my face. So from putting toothpaste
Oh,
on acne.
I think we have some network
network
issues.
Yeah.
issue.
But I think the relatives part is something I relate with most.
Have you
Yeah.
heard?
Yeah, I mean, I have heard like whenever I go back
Mhm.
home and I like meet my parents and my relatives like एक साल में एक बार या 2 साल में एक बार.
Mhm.
So obviously our skin changes a lot. तो
Okay.
अगर टैनिंग हो गया या फिर I have pimples से like अरे ये लगाना हल्दी लगाना ये लगाना तू ऐसे कैसे होगी.
What's the
Like,
weirdest like ingredient they've suggested?
So we've just got a message though from our team that that Shaurya is ready to join back in. So fingers crossed, network stays with us. Hello.
Okay, am I
Hi.
yes.
You're back.
Yeah. Okay. What was I talking about?
I think we were
Yes.
just
So
talking about
sharing
weird
your-
DIYs.
yeah.
And,
Yeah. Oh my God, I've done everything. I've done Multani Mitti, I've done toothpaste on acne, I've done honey and lemon face mask, I've used lactocalamine to like dry out my skin because
Yeah.
earlier my skin was very oily. I used to be like an oil slick. But yeah, my acne now is mostly hormonal. So, whenever I'm close to my menstrual phase is when I break out a lot. But now like I don't do any of this homemade DIY bullshit. Like I only use aloe vera and honey. These are the two ingredients
Yeah.
that I kind of put on my face when it comes to homemade DIYs. But otherwise, I just do my own research with skincare ingredients, what kind of ingredients work for me. Let's say salicylic acid helps me a lot when I'm breaking out. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my acne journey from a homemade DIY uh, person. Now I'm like into skincare ingredients and all of that research.
And what is like sort of the weirdest
Yeah, I was
DIY?
just about to ask that, talking about DIYs, like what is the weirdest
Weirdest
DIY?
DIY. Oh my God, no, you guys are gonna cancel me for this. So once my grandmom told me that when you wake up, so your spit or like your
Saliva.
saliva.
Oh, yeah.
Even I've
I've-
heard. I think
I've
we
heard
all
about
heard
this.
that.
I've heard this.
You know what,
Oh my
Shoya?
God,
Even
I did that.
actresses, even
Yeah.
Bollywood actresses have tried this. You must be knowing Tamanna Bhatia. She had shared a video where she told that she has tried this and she still does it.
Oh my
And
God.
did it work?
But
Like, did you actually try it?
I did. I tried it. But I don't think it really worked. I don't think it really worked because, see, I feel you need to kind of know the cause of your acne also because
Yeah.
like sometimes it's hormonal, sometimes it's gut health related, sometimes it's stress related. I'm like I stress a lot, so that is one of the reasons for my acne along with hormonal imbalance.
And
So yeah, just put saliva on your acne. I don't think it really does anything.
yeah. And if you had to help people with sort of identifying their acne, like what is the way to figure out the cause? Like, is there a way really?
Yes, I think one would be definitely, you could visit a trusted dermatologist. They could help you do a proper consultation and figure out your cause. But I think some of the ways that you can do it, self diagnose, is one. Oh, I used to get like these bumps on my forehead, and then I kind of figured that it could be because I also had dandruff prone
Yeah.
scalp earlier. So it could be fungal acne, right? Now, to identify fungal acne can't really be treated with the same things as bacterial acne. So if you put salicylic acid on your fungal acne, it's not going to do a lot. You need to get antifungal product. So let's say Nisral, it's an anti-fungal, anti-dandruff shampoo. You could apply a bit on your fungal acne, leave it on for like 5-10 minutes max. My best friend once left it overnight,
Oh
and then
no.
yeah, she woke up with red skin. I was like, put like just ice it a little bit, put aloe vera, put like anti-inflammatory things. It was fine in a couple of days. So yeah, I think you kind of need to identify that if your acne is bacterial, other things would work. If it's fungal, some other things would work.
I think
I think
applying
talking,
anything overnight is a big
Yeah.
mistake.
yeah, talking about that, I've
It is.
seen this trend of where people are applying head and shoulder shampoo on their forehead for
Oh.
acne. What do you think about that?
It's anti-dandruff, right? So what happens is fungal acne is caused by usually it's caused by malassezia, which is a sort of yeast that is there on our skin naturally, but when it over grows, right, that yeast overgrowth kind of leads to fungal acne. So if you put an antifungal treatment on fungal acne, it's going to help. But then again, the frequency at which you use it and the amount of time that you keep it on, that matters a lot. So you can't use Head and Shoulders, I feel, every single day, because then that you would just be compromising your skin's
Yeah.
barrier.
Don't overdo it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically.
Don't overdo it. That's a really good advice.
Yeah. And do you have any more sort of pieces of advice to share with any beginner in skincare who is finding their way?
Yes, I think I've been there, done that. So I think one thing that I would kind of tell people who are just starting out with skincare is just take it slow. Like don't include a lot of actives. So sometimes I get DMs, people tell me that hey, I'm just starting out with skincare, but I have acne prone. So can I use vitamin C and salicylic acid and kojic acid also because I have scars also. I'm like,
Mhm.
don't overwhelm your
Yeah.
skin so much. Like, don't use actives just because you are seeing that on Instagram or YouTube or
Mhm.
Google or wherever. People are using it, sure, but like you need to kind of structure your skincare routine in a way that you're not using all of these actives at the same time.
Yeah.
And sometimes actives don't suit. So for me, for example, I can't use more than 5% of vitamin C. Otherwise my skin breaks out. So the
Oh.
percentage also kind of matters, how much your skin can handle. So you have to go slow, right? Use only, let's say, cleanser, toner, moisturizer, sunscreen. This is like the basic.
Yeah.
So start with this, and then if you feel like your skin needs more, then you can include a couple of serums. You can include a salicylic acid-based serum once a week at night, not during the day. No
Yeah.
exfoliation during the day.
Definitely.
That's a
Yeah.
very good advice because I've seen a lot of beginners directly stepping into doing like 10 to 12
Yeah.
skincare
Step
routines,
routine.
steps. Yeah.
In fact, I've done it myself. I heard somewhere retinol is amazing, so I was like, hey, why not? I just jump into retinol without any knowledge,
I
and
think
I
even
saw the
even
effects.
I have done such things because nowadays we have too much of information like
Yeah.
available from different sources, so we actually don't know which is true and which is not.
Mhm.
So we tend to follow each and everything
Yeah.
like different directions.
कि कहीं
For
से
sure.
कुछ तो कर जाएगा.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is always better to start with the basics, like
definitely.
Shaurya mentioned.
Yeah.
And Shaurya, now we are going to take few questions from the audience. So one of the viewers want to know what is the secret behind your clear skin?
My clear skin. So
Yeah.
right now, like I said, my skin usually goes crazy when my period is near, right? So
Yeah.
right now, um, I haven't gotten my period for this month. I probably get it in the next couple of days. But like you can, I don't know if you can see on camera. I had like a breakout happening here on my chin. But then night before yesterday, I put my Paula's Choice 2% BHA as a spot treatment. Then last night, I put like really hydrating and barrier supporting products. So it kind of now what happens is whenever I'm getting a breakout now, I kind of try and treat it there and then so that it doesn't erupt into like a whole ass breakout.
Yeah.
And then I kind of try to treat it before only. So that
Prevention
is
is
that.
better than cure.
Yeah, exactly. That is something that helps because once it turns into a full-fledged breakout, right? Then it takes a lot of time, firstly, to heal also, and it
Mm-hmm.
may or may not leave scars. For me, my skin is not scars actually; it leaves spots. Scars is different. Yeah, so it leaves spot, that's PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation,
Yeah.
or it can also leave PIE, that's post-inflammatory erythema, wherein you can have like broken blood vessels and capillaries, so it becomes red.
Right.
Um, that happens when, like, you pop your pimples. We've
Mm-hmm.
all been guilty of that.
No more popping.
Over popping, exactly.
So there's one more question. Are tiny bumps on the face very normal, and is there a way to get rid of it?
Of course. So I feel so if when you're talking about tiny bumps, do you mean like skin texture, or sort of bumps that you can kind of feel? So if you can feel those bumps, they may be comedones, right? Closed comedones. You can have sort of white heads, and then when it gets oxidized, it turns into a blackhead. Um, for closed comedones, I think exfoliation would help. So of course, it's really normal. A lot of us, all of us, get it, right? So exfoliation can help, but again, chemical exfoliation, not physical exfoliation. Physical exfoliation can be very abrasive. I
Yeah.
have tried walnut scrubs in the past when I was a teenager. It's a recipe for disaster. Don't do it. You're better off with like a salicylic acid exfoliant or an AHA based serum.
Yeah.
Those can really help with
The
sort of
the horrors of walnut scrubs, I think we all know it.
Yes.
remember that Saint Ives walnut scrub.
But I do have one weird question, although it's not related to skincare, but I do want to ask, like, obviously as an influencer, you must be
Mhm.
getting like a lot of DMs to you. What is the weirdest DM or something
Oh,
you would like to share?
it's a good question.
Yes, so this person DM'd me. She didn't say hi, hello, hey, nothing. She was like, "Can you send me free product?"
Oh,
I
I
was
think we
just
also get it every time.
yeah.
Yeah, so that is something that I kind of get a lot. Like, I don't mind, like doing giveaways and everything, but like this person wasn't even following me, never interacted with me, didn't even see my content, nothing, just out of the blue, hey, can you send me a free product? And then she was literally like, please, 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 can you send it to me? There were like 10 messages like this, not even one. I was like, oh my God. So that's,
Wow.
yeah.
Now, a little random.
Yeah.
And speaking of more like, influencer stuff, you also must be dealing a lot with brands. And without
Hmm.
naming anyone, we don't want to create any controversy, but have you had like a very bad or a very good, either you can say, but I think people want to
Not
know the very
naming,
bad.
Yeah.
not naming the
Yeah, not naming the
brands.
brand. Have you
Yeah,
had
not
like
naming,
a,
not naming anyone. No controversies here.
yeah.
I think, yeah, I kind of hate it when brands say that, hey, we have this so and so serum. I think we think you'll really like it. Blah blah blah. But like, can you post a reel within like 3 days? I'm like, "Oh,
Mhm.
what am I even gonna see in 3 days? Like, I'd barely be able to open the packaging, take the dropper out, put it on my skin. What am I gonna see in 3 days? I can't post a reel or content in 3 days.
Yeah.
I straight away tell them like, listen, I need at least 3 weeks to test
Mm-hmm.
something out. You know, it doesn't, skincare doesn't work that way. If you think that, oh, let's I just included a new moisturizer or a serum in my skincare routine, and like overnight I'm gonna see results. That
Yeah.
that doesn't happen. It really doesn't.
I
You need to be
I
consistent.
I do have a question related to this. So, as you're working
Hmm.
with brands, obviously you must be trying out a multiple
Yeah,
number
I
of
had the same
products.
question.
So, how do you make your skin like calm down because you're using so much products
Yeah.
that might have adverse effects on your skin?
True.
So what I kind of follow is skin cycling. I think this is one term that's kind of gotten popular recently. But I've been doing skin cycling without the name skin cycling since years now. So what I do is, let's say on Monday, if I'm using actives, if I'm exfoliating my skin on Monday night, for the next 2 days, I'm not gonna use other actives on my face. I'm only gonna use hydrating and barrier-friendly ingredients. So hyaluronic acid, centella, maybe a ceramides-based moisturizer, because I have combination skin. So yeah, and then I think that kind of helps when you structure your skincare routine in a way that you're not using actives every single day. You're
Mm-hmm.
giving your skin time to kind of chill and calm down.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
really
is
important.
center my skincare routine.
We've heard so many horror stories of,
Yeah.
multiple actives being used together, and we're just like, no, stop it.
Oh my God, this one person DM'd me saying that, hey, my skin is really sensitive and red. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, so what are you using? She's like, I'm using retinol and I'm using salicylic acid. And then during the day, I use vitamin C. I'm like,
Oh my
listen, this is
god.
the season. Don't do this.
Take a
So,
break,
yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
बख्श दो अपने स्किन को.
So, Shaurya, lastly, would you like to give any advice for people who lose their self-confidence because of acne? Especially, people who face the camera, a lot of content creators. So, do you have any piece of advice for them?
Yeah, I think one tip that I would give someone whose confidence has taken a hit because of acne, would be that always try to remind yourself that acne is very common. It's a very common skin condition, and it's not a flaw or an imperfection that you're supposed to be ashamed of. But like that's easier said than done, because I remember when I was a teenager, I used to hate and I used to despise going to like family events and family functions and lunches and like parties with friends whenever my face was, in a breakout frenzy, because I used to get so self-conscious about it. But like now I feel that, acne is not something that you can keep your life on hold because of. It's you can still enjoy your daily life if you have acne. I know social media can be a difficult place when you keep seeing these people with like so-called flawless skin and like poreless skin, but trust me, each and every one of us has our own insecurities, right? And moreover, most of the people only show like their good skin days on camera,
True.
on social media.
That's something
So
that's not talked about as much.
yeah. So if you have acne and your confidence is somewhat rocky, just like remember that acne is more common than you think, and it's just not something to be ashamed of. I mean, this does not mean that you're gonna say that, okay, fine, now I'm self-confident, I'm not taking care of my skin, whatever. No, I don't mean that. Of course, take care of your skin, maintain your skin's health, but
Yeah.
like just the mindset shift, that acne is nothing to be ashamed of. I think that is needed.
Yeah. That's a
That's a
really
very good
great thought.
advice. Yeah.
That's a really great thought to leave on about acne is common. Like, it happens to everyone. It's not about you. Maybe that one thought it is
Yeah,
comforting in
yeah,
a way.
yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us today on the live show.
It was really nice speaking with you guys, and I got to share so much. So
Yes.
thank you so much.
Likewise, we really enjoyed hearing all your
Yes.
stories and even your sort of unpleasant
For-
experiences with brands or Instagram stuff. So
Yeah.
hope to see you again soon on another live show.
Of course. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Shaurya. Bye bye.
This was cool. I mean,
Love that
I
reaction.
no, because usually we are like usually getting knowledge about skincare and stuff. Influencing is something very
आज
different
कुछ
from.
अलग
हाँ.
जानने को मिला.
Even our thoughts on, it's not just you with
Yeah.
acne. I do face sometimes this insecurity because now we're facing camera very often. So I think that's the thought that I'm going to keep in my mind.
That's a very good thought to keep with you.
मैंने अभी छोड़ दिया है.
शिवानी का केयर फ्री मोड में घुस जाओ गाइस.
मैं इतनी सुंदर हूँ, क्या करूँ गाना है ना वो
तुम्हारे लिए ही बना है वो.
I do play it in my mind.
I don't know this song.
Oh my
There was
god.
this cringe
I don't know
song.
this girl.
I am living with very people who are not into social media, I guess.
They are into social media. They are not into cringe fest.
हमारा Instagram अलग दिशा पे जा रहा है. So okay, speaking of, actually not speaking of, this is a different topic altogether.
Yes.
But we did talk about DIY horrors
Yeah.
with Shaurya, and our next game, guys, is all about weird ingredients.
So you'll have to. This game is about all DIYs. So we'll show you some ingredients, and you'll have to tell us whether we can use it for acne or not. You can do it by commenting the right tick mark or the cross tick
Or
mark.
you can just say right or wrong.
Right or
Or
wrong.
yes
Anything
or
emojis
no.
नहीं मिल रहे तो.
Yes or no.
Anything is fine.
Yeah.
Just comment karo. So the first ingredient is toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
The OG.
The OG. We've all
Yeah.
I think
क्या
there was a
सबने try
trend where
किया है?
everyone was using
Yeah.
it on their
And you never
face.
know what
You
the
never-
answer is.
yeah.
Abhi hum
Yes.
reveal kar
Yes.
dene wale.
You never know.
There was
I
a
don't
time-
know.
There was a time when everybody was
Have
trying
you guys
to
tried it?
Yes,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I've tried it on like my teenage acne, and I don't even remember right now what result was there because again मुझे बताना नहीं है answer.
Yes. But
Bro, I
guys,
tried
हम
close
बातें
up,
तो कर
I
रहे हैं.
tried,
हाँ, हम-
white.
You have only 30 seconds,
हाँ,
guys.
आप हमारी बातों में मत बहक जाना, आप आंसर करना.
I think 30 seconds हो गया. We are very
हाँ.
generous with time always.
So answer is no.
Congratulations, guys. Looks like हम सबको ही अच्छी
Yes.
knowledge है at this point. Good, all of you have said
yes, and I have seen a lot of people still using it.
Mhm.
Toothpaste is not good for acne, and it'll lead to scarring and stuff. So,
no. Guys,
मत
सुना है
करो.
ना story?
हाँ.
Bride का.
हाँ.
Like I think
If you all
use
go
सबने
through
किया
that
है.
Don't use
experience. Yeah.
Use सबने किया, but I don't know where this came from. Like who thought?
Yes.
Who woke up and thought
Yeah.
कि
Toothpaste
toothpaste
लगाते
लगाते
It's
हैं?
a very
मतलब
interesting thought.
Yeah.
रात सोए उठे टूथपेस्ट से हाँ चलो
Yeah,
acne
like
पे लगा
why?
लेते हैं.
ट्रेंड बनाते हैं सोशल
If
मीडिया
it's
पे.
cleaning your teeth, it
Yeah.
might clean your
Your
skin.
face.
Like,
I mean, anyways, let's move on to the next ingredient. So the next ingredient is banana peel.
Oh,
banana peel.
I have never tried this. I want to know what the answer.
I've tried this and I think I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
anything.
don't give it away.
Banana peel. See, this is something that is not spoken about that often. Also,
Exactly.
I've not
Yeah.
heard of it
I
too
mean,
much.
Yes.
this is little unique. मतलब मैंने भी
हाँ.
in general किसी के मुंह से सुना नहीं है कि बोलते हुए कि हाँ banana peel लगा लो.
I'm proud of us for giving a weird. Guys, now you all have to think and
You have
tell
less
us.
than
मतलब
30
धीरे
seconds,
धीरे
जल्दी
आपके
जल्दी
लिए बहुत मुझे लग रहा था बहुत आसान कर रहे हैं हम तुम्हारा गेम तो.
But you never know. सबको already कुछ answer पता भी होगा.
Anyways, your 30 seconds are up and the answer is right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can use banana peel for acne.
So one of the viewers is saying कि yes, my nani told me this.
Yeah. So
Nanis are always the best.
nanis are always right, but basically banana peel has a lot of vitamin C, antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. So actually वो directly आपके acne को target करता है.
अब बस gently rub करना. Please
Yeah.
don't
हाँ.
tape it with
Do not tape anything to your face. No taping
Just
of
gently
anything.
rub it on your acne.
Yeah.
Tape को avoid करो please.
Tape ना सिर्फ ऐसे paper and all. Use it on where it's supposed to be used.
So we have our final ingredient now, and the ingredient is camphor.
Yeah. If you're
For 1 second I thought it was sugar.
Yeah, I
लगा
thought
bottle
only
है.
that it will be little
तुम्हें भूख
difficult
लग
to
रही है क्या?
understand. But basically, this is
This is
camphor. No, I was just going to say this is sugar. No,
You know,
it's
like,
camphor.
for some reason I've always found camphor very like tempting. Like I kind of want to eat it, but I've never
Eat
tried it.
camphor?
I've never tried it. But
Please do
just
not
look at it,
follow
it looks
Tansvi.
yummy.
I think all because it looks like sugar cubes, huh?
yes,
Yeah.
but this is the most used ingredient in my house.
And it is
because,
not edible.
Oh yes.
हाँ.
हवन
पूजा
and
पाठ
all,
में.
पूजा पाठ में
Yes.
तो बड़ा use होता है.
yes. So guys, come on, your 30 seconds.
Are on. काफी answers. I mean, I can see a lot of people answering in
I
the
think
comments.
this one is quite tricky because even I don't know like
Yeah.
what
I
the
mean,
answer is.
And
I
can
personally
see,
have not used this.
Yeah.
So that's.
and I can see many people like commenting like right tick mark 4 5 बार. तुम एक बार भी करोगे तब भी हम
मान
देखेंगे.
लेंगे.
मान लेंगे यार.
Enthusiasm दिखाने दो
Guys,
यार.
I think 30 seconds.
Yeah,
हो
yeah,
गए.
more than
अब-
30 is done. 1 minute हो गया होगा.
I'm curious to know the answer.
So the answer is right.
What?
So which
Yes.
is which is like really random. Even I didn't knew for the fact
Yeah.
that camphor can be used as acne remedy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I personally I would say direct camphor mat lagana because again it is like an unregulated ingredient, but
Yes.
it is one of the main ingredients in like acne remedy sort of products. Like for example, if you all know about the any of these pink liquid drying solutions, they do like the main ingredient is camphor. Like if you smell it, you will get a distinct camphor smell.
I've never tried it. I don't
But
know for
I
some
love
reason
camphor का smell. I don't know why, but I love
तुम बड़े
camphor.
पूजा पाठ के फैन हो ना इसके
But
लिए.
after today's session, I'm not going to try anything directly on
Yeah.
my face. I'm going to consult a dermat first.
for
उसके
sure.
बाद ही
I mean, that
आप लोग
will
भी
be
वही
the
करते हो।
most easiest and sensible option
Yeah.
to consult a dermat before trying anything on your own.
Yeah, but it was like refreshing to know that okay, ऐसे नहीं कि कोई भी natural ingredient नहीं चलता.
नहीं,
Like
हाँ.
honey does work,
Yeah.
aloe vera
does work.
It's good to know that you can rely on natural sort
Yeah,
of
the thing
ingredients.
is you just have to research a bit before using anything. ऐसा नहीं कि एक किसी ने बोल दिया कि हाँ लगा लो, जैसे वो spit वाला चीज़ है. Who does that?
But I've
People
heard of
do
it.
that.
I
I've
know,
heard
But
about
it's
that.
like very like the amount of people who talk about it. It's just very like इतने
You
सब
know-
मतलब है वो कुछ तो है उसमें.
The weirdest thing was someone told me to use this like the spitting on my eyes to improve eyesight. This was also really weird.
Bro, like I feel like that's like your one-way ticket to blindness.
Yes, that's why I did try. But जो भी ये सब suggest कर रहा है, please ऐसे
Take it with a
eyesight
grain of
हाँ.
salt.
ऐसा eyesight improve होता तो डॉक्टर्स क्यों इतनी पढ़ाई क्यों कर रहे
Go
हैं?
to the doctor after they threw bait. I think we're ready now with our winners.
Yes. So the winners are
Congratulations, Sagarika and Blue
Rex.
Rex. Love saying that.
yes, quite a unique name you have.
Mhm.
But now you have to send your information on the above mail. Send in your contact details, your address and phone number,
Mhm.
and we'll send the curated gift hamper to you.
Yes,
And also don't forget to subscribe to Purplle.
definitely. So let's see any questions if we have in the comments. Just let's hang out with
I
the
saw
audience
a
for a bit.
question where it was about aloe vera. I think I don't remember the name. She was saying that whenever she applies aloe vera,
She
it,
gets itchy
Yeah.
patches.
And I think I've also faced that. And I
Mhm.
think the solution is to use thoda bahut, like,
Hmm.
and to mix it with like a cooling thing, like honey or something like that,
Mhm.
and then use it. And if it's still itching, I think you should not use it. That means it's not suiting your
मतलब
skin.
हो सकता है क्योंकि as dermats and also say it's not necessary कि सारे products हर किसी को suit करे. Although
Definitely.
aloe vera is soothing, if it is not working out for you, you can definitely try other stuff.
If your skin
Yeah.
is itching or
also, like,
like
if
harsh
you
हो रहा है,
use-
then you should definitely like not use those
Yeah, that is
ingredients.
a major sign. Also, aloe vera, like basically when you cut it and you use it in the natural form, first you need to let that yellow sappy
Yes.
part drain, because that is a thing that irritates your skin. Also, I saw a question in here by Naseem for you, Tatsavi specifically, कि आपने कौन सी मेहंदी लगाई है जो अभी तक निकली
Hey
नहीं?
Bhagwan! Every
Are we
episode.
still talking about my
Are we
mehendi?
not over?
It's almost gone, guys.
We
It's
were just-
almost gone.
We were just talking about how Tatsavi is looking like a new bride on her like vacation honeymoon with her
Yeah.
And the
baby
fun
mehendi.
fact is, guys, I'm gonna get a new mehendi again, like maybe tomorrow, day after.
मतलब ये उसके होने वाले पति का प्यार है, whatever it is.
Hopefully अगले episode में you wear a full चूड़ियों का set
चूड़ियाँ.
also.
No, I'm just gonna get a small mehendi. I'm
I've
done
seen
with long
and I'm
mehendi.
also like I've seen a lot of like new brides wearing jeans and t-shirt and a lot of bangles.
Starter pack of new brides.
Nice,
Meme आता है.
nice trend.
Yeah.
Guys, तुम लोग की शादी हो गई है तभी हम देखेंगे. तुम
हाँ
लोग करोगे
वही,
नहीं,
like
then we'll
तुम लोग
call you out.
करो.
We don't have the chuda thing.
Oh yeah, you're safe now. What? So is there like a South Indian wedding, post-wedding tradition?
But you must have bangles, no?
Yeah, we do have. We have like that सोने वाले bangles, but it's not necessary कि
They're
like
trendy, cool
बड़ा
लग रहा
बड़ा
है.
like lot of bangles. It's just that the starting का week you need to have bindi and bangles and the toe ring.
देखेंगे
thing.
फिर तुमको हम तुम्हारे first
उसके
week
लिए
में.
भाई लड़का मिल नहीं रहा है इधर, तुम क्या कहाँ शादी
अभी
पे पहुंच
आएंगे
रहे हो यार.
messages. शिवानी अभी तुमने बोल दिया. अभी
गाइस
उनको
डायरेक्ट मुझे इंस्टाग्राम पे डीएम करना जो भी करना
मुझे
चाहते
लोग
हैं.
अभी congrats कर रहे हैं. I don't know for what you
I
guys are
think
congratulating
ये
me.
तुम्हारी engagement की मेहंदी है.
नहीं हुई है, guys. I am not engaged.
Anyways, we have our final
Yes.
lucky commenter ready, winner. Can we have them on the screen?
Congratulations, Naresh Kumar. I remember you from your comment.
Yeah, about your
he
teenage
has been
Thank you for
commenting.
like commenting, like
Yeah.
continuously interacting with us, and now you'll have to mail us your information on the above mail. Send in your contact details, your address, your phone number, and we'll not stalk you, but we'll send you the gift.
He'll send
When you
a
say that,
curated-
ना, it's very creepy. Like,
ऐसा
it's like
लगता है कि
करेगी
shock
मतलब
करेगी.
ये.
But
इनकी बातों पे यकीन मत करो, ये जलता है सारा मजनू.
So Naresh, we are going to send you a curated gift hamper, and definitely we'll send you some products that your daughter can also use. Now we know that she has acne prone skin.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for watching our show. आज का हमारा show सबसे लंबा show है.
Yes.
थोड़ा ज़्यादा.
Really?
Yeah,
हाँ.
it's like today's been the longest show, and a lot of you are, I can see, जो start से देख रहे हैं. So thank you for sticking with us, guys. आज का info भी बहुत massive था.
Yeah.
Yes. And आज हमने थोड़ा ज़्यादा ऐसे क्या बोलते हैं, ऑफ टॉपिक भी डिस्कस किया है काफ़ी
हाँ.
चीज़ें.
I hope you guys find that fun as well. And tomorrow's show again, guys, it's gonna be at 1 p.m. right here on Purplle YouTube as well as Glamrs YouTube. Do you want to give them a sneak peek into tomorrow's show?
It's going to be all about जो शिवानी कर रही है. शिवानी कर दो और एक बार.
Which is not at all good. मेरे
It's going to be all about hair and hair
Yes.
care.
I'll keep my hair open tomorrow.
So if you have any problem related to hair care, please be present tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Be present, we'll take
Be
attendance. So see you tomorrow, guys, and until then,
We
Purplle you.